What's up, Party in the Pain Cave? A little different style workout this week. Okay, so the good news is if you're here on Tuesday, I'm Savant, clairvoyant, got it right. So you should have some experience with a gated workout that has a snatch type movement in it, a handstand push-up type movement in it, and some double unders, okay? On a serious note, we're gonna break this into RX and scaled because I think a lot of scaled people are gonna have a strategy that is different than RX, okay? If, when I'm talking about RX strategy, you're like, man, that sounds like what I should do for scaled, just apply the same points to your movements, that's okay, all right? Foundations, I think you're gonna fall more again in that scaled person that's trying to finish the workout, okay? Most RX people are not going to finish this workout. In fact, I think getting decently far into that third round is going to be a very good score in this one, okay? So, with that in mind, for everybody, RX and scaled, do not overpace. We see this every time this time-gated workout style comes up. People are like, oh, I'm so worried about those later, heavier weights or harder movements, and then they get caught by the clock in the lighter, faster stuff, okay? Get out of that 6 minutes. I don't care if you're laying on the ground, just getting done with the first 2 rounds gets you another 3 minutes. You can lay on the ground for a minute and then try a strict handstand push-up, okay? Ideally, we're not quite that blown up, but you need to push to get out of that first 6 minutes, okay? On the wall walks, you wanna have consistent hand placement. The fastest is 4 steps back, 3 steps out, but no reps are costly. So make sure you have a consistent hand placement that works for you. On the double unders, smooth sets for you. If you're good at them, they should be unbroken, it's a recovery. If these are still a little tricky for you, don't be afraid to break those up into 20, 20, 10, 25, 25, something like that. If you're not sure, just go, and if you trip, take a second, compose yourself, and then keep going. On the snatches, you want to have a strategy. If the first bar is light for you, you probably need to do some touch and go. But regardless of what your strategy is, in the back of your head, keep in mind, be ready to go to singles, okay? If you are standing around waiting for 30 seconds to do 5 unbroken reps, you're wasting time. You could have done those 5 singles in 15 seconds, okay? So get back on the bar, try to keep moving. If you make it out of that 6 minutes and you get to the strict handstand push-ups, you're one of 2 athletes. You've got strict handstand push-ups, or you're trying to get your first one. If you're trying to get your first one, take some rest. This is like the max lift last week. If you get one, it's a PR, it's a massive jump on the leaderboard, so don't rush that first attempt. If you know you've got them, take a second, but once you kick up, you wanna do a bigger set to start, okay? This is a muscle endurance, power limited movement. What that means is big set to start, little sets to finish. The way you know what a big set is you go, and as soon as your reps start to slow down. So, dun, 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 I'm knocking them out, whoop, little slow down as I'm locking out, kick right down, right? Stay away from muscle failure, or you're just gonna be staring at the wall for the rest of the time, okay? If you get through that and get to the heavier snatches, don't be afraid to switch to a squat snatch, and if you do that and you've been power snatching, maybe you go back to a bar, hit a rep that doesn't count at a lighter bar so that you're ready to squat underneath that heavy bar, okay? For scale, you kind of have 2 categories. You're either trying to finish this or get really far, or you've got a known sticking point. If you've got a known sticking point, that just means like the hand release push-ups or snatch barbell, it's gonna be tough for you, and you're just trying to get there. That basically is this strategy. Go out a little bit hot, get to wherever your sticking point is, and then work as best you can. If you know that you're gonna get far in this, again, don't overpace or you'll get caught by the clock, but you can probably be a little more paced than RX, all right? So just move nice and smooth. It's basically a 4-time workout for those people trying to get to that heavier bar and a hand release push-ups with a little bit of juice left. One caveat, if you are mistaken, you thought it was gonna be easy, and you look up and there's only 45 seconds left, push as hard as possible. I don't care if you have to crawl around on the ground for 2 minutes. If you can earn yourself 3 extra minutes, that's a lot of extra time. Get out of the time block that you're in, okay? This is a fun one. It's probably worth playing around with in the warm-up a little bit tomorrow, chalking your hands for wall walks, etc., okay? You're gonna crush it. Last week of the Open, let's go get some more PRs, and we're winning, so we gotta keep